want to tell this because I still hear that sound. Every full moon at exactly 3 a.m, that deep thud rising from under the ground. Like a heartbeat, like a warning. I can't forget that night. Back then I was a nature photographer near the Navajo lands in Arizona. I used to shoot long exposures of the stars in deserted areas. One night, my guide John and I went to the remains of an abandoned village. It wasn't even on the map. As I launched the drone, John suddenly froze. His eyes went blank. "We shouldn't stay here," he said. I didn't ask why, because at that moment a sound came from far away. The sound of a drum. Deep, heavy, steady, like someone performing a ritual inside a tent. John's face went pale. "Walk," he said, "that's all." But I didn't turn off the camera. The beauty of that moment mixed with the horror of that sound made it strangely mesmerizing. The stones glowing under the moonlight seemed to breathe from beneath. Every beat made the ground tremble. Half an hour later, we found a hollow under a rock, filled with dusty old pots, stone masks, and torn pieces of leather. There were hand-drawn symbols on them. Some looked like drum patterns. John quietly stepped back. "Don't look at them," he said. "Even your eyes can carry the curse if they see too much." I laughed then, but the fear on his face wasn't acting. The air suddenly changed. The wind's direction, the temperature, even the echo of sound felt different. The drum beats came closer, clear, sharp, as if they were right behind my ear. I turned around. No one. But on the sand there were fresh marks, not footprints, as if bare hands had slapped the ground and dragged themselves forward. The camera stopped recording on its own. All the batteries died at once. John dropped to his knees. "Listen," he said, "they're still here." What I heard wasn't a drum anymore. It was like the whisper of a crowd, angry, fuming, yet silent. A tribal ceremony was starting again. The sound grew louder, echoed, then suddenly stopped. That moment was the quietest moment in the world. Even the wind ceased. John lifted his head. I couldn't see his face, because his shadow was falling the wrong way, opposite to his body's position, as if lit by another kind of light. "Go," he said. "If you come back, you'll be the one who plays the drum." I never saw him again. The next morning I woke up in my car. I must have passed out. My drone was gone. All of the footage on my camera was deleted, but there was one video left on the memory card. A black screen, only that drum beat in the background. Same rhythm, same thud, for minutes. Then a man's voice murmured, "If you can hear this, you're already too late." It was John's voice. My fingers trembled. My breath stopped. I pulled out the headphones, but the rhythm didn't stop. It was in the room. The window shook, as if someone was drumming behind the door. I opened it. Nobody. But on the floor, in the dust, bare prints. Not feet, hands, 10 fingers all stretching toward the door. Then I started researching. The legend of the night drum was said to be a forbidden story among the Navajo. People who disappeared every full moon were said to have heard this rhythm last. According to the legend, the tribe had once cast a mass curse. Hunters dug into sacred ground, disturbing the spirits. The shaman sealed the curse inside a drum. But if anyone played it again, the spirits of the dead would crawl through the listener's ears and seize the heart. From that moment on, the rhythm would start beating from within. While investigating, I found reports of the same sound recorded every full moon. Most had a metallic hum in the background, a heartbeat tempo. Some ended in complete silence. When audio engineers analyzed them, they found the frequency sat just below human hearing, something you could feel but not fully hear. The same as a heartbeat, 63 beats per minute. Not a coincidence. That drum mimicked the rhythm of living hearts, but in reverse. The beats went inward, not outward. One night I went back to the same place out of curiosity. The full moon hung directly above. I set up my camera, turned on the microphone. Silence, then the ground began to tremble slowly, and the rhythm began again. This time not from afar, but from inside my chest. It matched my heartbeat. That's when I understood. The curse isn't outside. It sleeps inside. It sprouts within everyone who hears the drum. Terrified, I knelt, pressed my hands over my ears, but the sound wouldn't stop. With every beat, my vision dimmed. John's face appeared before me, mouth open, a silent scream. Then darkness. When I opened my eyes, it was morning. My camera was still running. On the video, I was kneeling alone on the ground, beating my chest with my hands. The same rhythm, the same tempo. My eyes closed, face lifted upward. The dust swirled in the wind, forming something like a figure. The recording ended by itself a few seconds later. I burned the memory card, but since that day, I hear that sound every full moon. The rhythm never changes. 3 short beats, 1 long, deep, muffled, piercing. My heart races against it. At night, the walls vibrate, and sometimes I see a reflection in the mirror. It's me, but not. It's paler, older. My eyes look straight at me, but there's no light inside them, as if it remembers me from somewhere. Every morning when I wake up, my hands are covered in dust, circular marks by the bed. Last week, my neighbor said he heard a strange sound outside at 3 a.m. It's coming from underground, he said. I just smiled, because I know it's not playing for me anymore. It's playing for him. Now, if you're listening, remove your headphones. If you start to hear that rhythm, run to silence, because when the drum stops, so does someone's heart. And tonight, the full moon is right above. Even now, something beneath the soil is breathing. If you listen carefully, you'll hear the beat too.